Hi, today is August 7th of 2020. My name is Raymond Ng, the Director of Education here at Monteca International Play School. First off, thank you for watching our Parent Info Seminar. This is our 20th episode actually, and we're very excited to be sharing this topic with you today. Today's topic is actually on movement. We're going to be talking about how movement comes into play in a Montessori environment, curriculum, or setting, how important it is, how does it compare to regular conventional education, and whether it's actually just a physical thing. Are we talking about movement as in just moving around, that kind of thing? So it's a little bit more theory-based today. But bear with us, and maybe we can both learn something from here today. So first off, when we talk about movement, I want to talk about when we watch the behavior of, let's say, for example, animals. Every animal is characterized by their movements. For example, we can imagine leopards sprinting, or lions prowling, or birds flapping their wings. All these kind of movements correlate you to think about a certain animal. And what I want to say about that is human beings are actually not characterized by their movements. Instead, we construct our own movement. As a skill, we learn through different types of exercises and activities that we coordinate the part that makes us move. For example, we use our muscles in a coordinated fashion to achieve where we want to go and what we need to do. So that it's a little bit different when we're talking about conventional school system, where we can imagine just a whole classroom full of students sitting at their desks, and they're reading a book or they're listening to whatever the teacher has to say. That kind of thing really restricts movement, whereas in a Montessori classroom, children gets to roam around freely in the environment. Dr. Maria Montessori once said, and I quote, "Everyone must develop his or her body to be a perfect machine prepared for a special aim." This perfectly fits in line and correlates with the Montessori education of it being a cosmic education, where everything and every person has a specific place to be, specific thing to do, and they're going to be and they're supposed to be doing something specific. So it all falls in part with the cosmic education as well. We correlate movement with character of the person, along with intelligence. One cannot be without another, right? You cannot have character without intelligence, and so on. Our classrooms allow children to move and freely roam, guided by their inner urge of nature. And of course, nature urges the child at this young age to imitate everything that they do see. Let me give you an example. When a Montessori directress is trained through a Montessori program, for example, such as AMS or AMI, which is American Montessori Society, or the Association of Montessori International, one of their assignment is to actually draw a map. The candidates are required to draw a map of the classroom, and their assignment is to sit back and observe each child individually to see where they're walking throughout the day or throughout their session. This allows them to carefully document their route, and also gives them an idea of what the child is interested in, so they can prepare the environment better for next time. They look out for any sort of interest, curiosity, and also any sensitive periods that may show up. So movement is seen throughout the whole Montessori program. One of the typical examples is collecting and returning materials. When they're finished with an activity, they have to always return it back to the place where they found it. We teach children to have a sense of responsibility and also cause and effect. When you return things where you find them, that's responsibility. And next time you will know where to find them because you've placed it there, which is cause and effect. We can also see movement involved with a lot of building skills, such as gross and fine motor skills, right? One of the biggest learning areas in our program is practical life, where they learn to control and refine furthermore these types of skills. We've had comments such as, well, if we want children to just move and run around, excuse me, why don't we have a gymnasium, for example? Children can run freely around and use their bodies to, sort of let out their energy. My response to that would be, because we shouldn't be developing the body in a gymnasium, because it's not a natural way for the movement, because it doesn't correlate with any sort of activities or intelligence. They're just freely running. Instead, in a Montessori environment where they're doing activities, they're using that part of the brain coordinating with movement to actually build that intelligence. Not saying the gymnasium is wrong, it's more so for a free time or a recess kind of thing. Of course, there needs to be a balance between work and play, as we know. And also for gymnasiums at such a young age, it's actually more dangerous to little children who are still learning about their moving habits and their bodies and constructing their own personalities in that way. Instead, the Montessori method, we allow the child to move with purpose. They move with intelligence. Right? Something for them to, we give them activities, we provide them the opportunities to do activities, to commence, to endure, to process, and also to complete these activities. In this way, it's a more well-rounded and a holistic approach to learning overall. We hang on to the fact that you simply cannot have effort without interest and purpose. So if the intelligence does not cooperate, then the interest will not be present either. We believe unity is the key to Montessori, and it's the unity between the mind, the body, and how it works with each other in harmony. So that's all for today's topic. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for you. Next week, our classes will resume on a part-time basis due to the current situation with COVID-19, of course. Do follow our Facebook and Instagram pages for news, promotions, and updates. Our Montessori web program has been launched again, which is really to target parents, to teach parents and helpers or caregivers at home to create your own very Montessori materials at home. So there are lots of videos. We've been uploading a lot of videos for those, so you can create them with your child and use them on your own. Next week, our topic will be more towards tendencies, which are repetition, exactness, and self-perfection in children as well. So until next week, please do stay safe. Again, my name is Raymond Ng, the Director of Education here at Monteca International Play School, and have a good weekend.